Dry January day 11, and it's Sunday. 2 sober weekends in a row. There is just something so satisfying about waking up on a Saturday and Sunday morning without a hangover. And it never gets old. For me, at even over 3 years sober, it still hasn't lost its awe and wonder because I can still look back and remember how horrible weekends were back in my drinking career. And I also remember there was a lot of inner dialogue going on up here when I first got sober, and it was kind of all over the place. On one hand, or in one moment, I would be so thankful I was sober. I would love how I would feel, especially when I'd wake up on a weekend without a hangover. I was excited about this journey I was on. I was very optimistic about the future in sobriety. But then there would always be the other side of it, the other dialogue of how am I going to do this? How am I going to live a sober life? Why am I doing this? Do I really think I can live the rest of my life not drinking again? What about anniversaries, birthdays? What about trips? And my mind would get so far out in the tweeds, especially over the future. Like it's January and you're thinking about that trip you have planned in July. And sometimes that inner dialogue can get really loud and it can be so overwhelming. And sometimes in early sobriety, everything you're feeling is so overwhelming, so it's so hard to look beyond that or see past. And that's when you need to remind yourself of those absolutes, those solid truths, no matter what's going on in your brain or what you're thinking. And one of those is how you feel right now, waking up feeling good without a bunch of hot sweat and regret, guilt, shame. You love how you're feeling, and you can always be guaranteed that if you don't drink the night before and you wake up hangover free, you can be guaranteed that you are never going to regret this. Because take a picture, write this down. No one in the history of ever has ever woken up after a night of not drinking and thought, I wish I would have drank last night. Like no one has said that ever. That's an absolute truth. You can take to the bank. You can be guaranteed of. And the other one would be nobody ever regrets getting sober. You will never find a person who's had a lengthy amount of time in sobriety, and by that I mean longer than a year, who would look back and regret that they got sober, who would look back at their time in sobriety and think, why did I do that? I wish I would have just been drinking the whole time. No, nobody's ever thought like that. It's kind of like when you know you should go to the gym, but you don't really want to go to the gym, but you go there and you make yourself do it. You show up, you make yourself do the workout. Have you ever walked out of the gym and thought, that was so stupid, why did I do that? No. The same goes for sobriety. And this works the other way as well. You can be guaranteed that if you do drink, you are probably going to wake up with a bunch of guilt, shame, regret, remorse, embarrassment, reliving everything that you did the night before or reliving it through your phone, and that you're gonna be caught up in that vicious cycle. You can be guaranteed that yesterday is going to be today and today is going to be tomorrow, and it's just going to keep going and going and going. So there's guarantees either way. And lastly, always remind yourself of your why. Why did you decide to do a dry January to begin with? Dry January, day 11.